All right, what is up, everybody? Welcome back to Gaming. This is AC Seraph here with my partner Ashy,
Hi guys.
and tonight we are trying out an all-new style of content, a new show, so to speak. We'll call it the game break or the arcade game show. I don't know. I'll think of a name later. Anyhow, I used to play a lot of sort of short form arcade games in what I called like the lunch break streams. But recently and for the foreseeable future, I will not be able to continue doing those lunch streams, but I still want to make these kind of videos and show off some of these like games that don't really suit themselves well to like very, very short streams, right? Live streams. So Ashley had a cool idea of making some videos that we just post kind of directly to YouTube, maybe toss in the Discord if you guys are interested in checking out these games. So it's going to be like my usual stream, the difference being that it's not really live, so I'm not chatting with viewers, I'm just sort of rambling on like the old man I am as I play my favorite retro games. So, I'll ramble or sometimes I won't ramble, but I'm just going to sit here, chill, play some games with Ashy if she doesn't fall asleep. And,
I try not to.
try not to. Yeah. So you guys probably already saw from the intro. Tonight, for our first little experiment in this new form of content, we will be playing the masterpiece, the absolute masterpiece that is Streets of Rage, the original Streets of Rage for the Sega Megadrive. This is the Japanese world version, but I think because of my RetroArch settings, it's defaulting to English. The other title is, of course, Bare Knuckle. In Japan, this series is known as Bare Knuckle. Now, a long time ago, I learned to 1cc this game, so I used to be able to clear it, actually, without continuing. I seriously doubt that I can do that anymore. But
You can try.
I can try, yeah. I'm probably not going to do it tonight, I don't think. But what I'm going to do tonight for this first experimental video is I'm going to jump in and I'm going to play a raw credit until I game over of Streets of Rage. And we're going to see how far I can get without any practice at all. So, yeah, as you can see, normal, regular old controls. I like to change these a little bit. We'll be playing this via RetroArch because it's just easier to stream that way. And get going. So here we go. Character select time. I have, since I was a little kid, always played Adam, but I've beaten the game. I've actually cleared the game 1cc'd it with all three characters, and I can tell you unquestionably Blaze is the best character, and Adam is the worst character. In this game, yeah, it's because in this game speed is better. In the second game, they have different movesets. The movesets are different enough that it's arguable who's the best, but in this game, Adam sucks. But I don't care. Adam is my favorite, so I'm playing Adam. I always thought he was cool as a kid. This game is actually one of my favorite games of all time for a lot of reasons. One of the big ones is just listen to that soundtrack. This game has one of the all-time greatest video game, action game soundtracks ever. I love it. I often listen to the soundtrack while I'm working. It's a pretty legendary soundtrack. I think, highly respected in the game music loving community. I'm like, no joke, not even kidding. I would consider this soundtrack like on par with even like Chrono Trigger.
Oh really?
For real. I think this, like, the soundtrack was done by a guy named Yuzo Koshiro, and God, he is one of the true kings of like retro games. It's a different style from like Chrono, or like Final Fantasy, but for this type of game, God, it's so good, man. But I have played this game for as long as I can remember. I was a Sega kid. The first console I ever had was the Nintendo NES, the US NES. But the second console we ever got was the Sega Genesis. My dad sort of brought us to the store and was like, what do you want, a Sega or a Super Nintendo? And me being like 5 or 6 years old at the time, thought to myself, well, I've got a Nintendo at home, so why the hell do I need another Nintendo? And arbitrarily chose the Sega, much to my brother's dismay. He did not want the Sega. Because realistically, like, the Sega was a way weaker console than the Super Nintendo, and it was older. So to him, it was like, why are you buying the inferior console? You know?
Oh, I thought you said you have the Nintendo at home.
Well, we had an NES, not a Super Nintendo. But I was like 5 years old, so I didn't understand the difference between those two things. And I'm sure, like, my brother probably wanted to play, you know, Final Fantasy, that kind of stuff. Not this. I did that on purpose because I want to get rid of this weapon. I'll talk more about the gameplay later, but for now, I'm just rambling about the history of this game. Yeah. Funny how we bought the Sega Genesis really early on, and then one of the first games that we got for it was actually Streets of Rage. I think my dad liked the idea of Pops beating up thugs in the street. Thought it taught his kids good morals, you know. Vigilante justice. Booyah. So yeah, I mean, nostalgia definitely like plays a part in my love for this game, but I also, as I became an adult, like a lot of the games I played as a kid, I go back, I play now, and I think, man, these games are kind of shit. But this game is not shit. This game is just great. It's just a great game. Very well suited to 1cc, like high level play. Has lots of interesting techniques that, as an adult, you can really get into, I feel. Yeah, just a cool game. Cool vibe, cool story, everything about it. It's perfect. And as for like why I like Adam so much as a kid, and I play him now out of nostalgia, but like it's because of that booyah he says when he does his stream kick.
Oh, you like it for that?
As a kid, we thought that was really cool, man, because we didn't have like voice clips in our game back then.
Oh.
Yeah. Now you're gonna see some real like sketch strategy here. This is how you 1cc Streets of Rage.
No.
That's good. Look at this. We're gonna rocket launch this asshole. Die. This is some police brutality. Whoa. Wrecked. Alright. Very cool. So as we get into stage 2 here, I'll give you some details on like the gameplay, how it works for people who haven't really put much time into this game. So you only have 3 buttons: jump, attack, and your sort of bomb button, which is that car that just came out. And you can sort of just mash attack to get out a kind of combo like that. You can do a jumping attack. If you press jump and attack at the same time, you do this little back kick. This is totally invincible to all attacks as long as it start up. And unlike most other beat 'em ups, it does not take health to use it, but it's a little weaker to compensate for that, so you can't spam it. But it's good. And so there's that. And then of course there's the suite of grabs that you see in most of these games. There's a sort of basic knee, so you grab and then you just mash attack, go get that. You can also jump over them and attack for like a big high damage Frankensteiner thing. Or you can press a direction and throw them in a direction, which is very useful for crowd control in this game. The other thing you will see me do a lot is you'll notice that I kind of rarely use the fast combo, and there's a reason for that. In this game, you can stun lock the enemies by slowing down the speed of your attack, essentially like resetting it. I usually do just like one punch followed by the same punch kind of over and over slowly, but you can do something more like 2 punches, like 1 2 1 2 1 2. Blaze is better at that than Adam is, in my opinion. But yeah, that noise you just heard now was an extend, so we reached our first extend, gain some life. You cannot go backwards on the screen, so if I leave an item behind, it's just gone forever. And because the stun lock system, or like just the way it works, it's so powerful in this game, the weapons are actually basically not good, aside from maybe the knife. And the knife is only good because you can get rid of it whenever you need to. So a lot of this game comes down to patiently blocking down the enemies, but when you have 2 enemies on screen, you can't just sit there and stun them. Once you have like 1 enemy on screen, they're kind of defenseless against you if you're careful. But when you have 2, you have to be a little smarter about how you play it. Certain enemies also cannot be stun locked. It depends on the enemy. but most of the basic guys can. These knife guys, you don't want to mess with them because they'll throw their knife at you. And then the other thing you'll see, and this is common to some other games in the genre, like Final Fight, for example, is you can reset your grab. Basically, you can knee twice. I think you'll die. Most of the early enemies will die when you do it, but like 1, 2, and then you can actually forcibly cancel it by turning in the other direction, and then 2, and then grab him again for this. That technique is mostly used for really hard enemies and bosses. Because most of the regular enemies, it's safer to just like do this. But you'll see that technique is really important for certain enemies. Now, this guy is very annoying because those fire torches of his actually protect him. Like, you can't grab him. You see, I just took a bunch of damage for trying. And then even if you punch him, the torches will like block your attack. It's very irritating. Once you get your first hit on him, you can stop him. So there we go. Gotta be patient. 3. 1, 2, 3, knee. Probably get a meat pretty soon here. My health is a bit low because I'm demonstrating things, but it's not really going to be a problem. Knives are good against these guys as well. And this is one of the enemies that you'll use the very fast attack against, so that you can punch through. Ow. Screw you, man. And there's lots of little, like, interesting things you'll learn about the AI, too. It's pretty common to most beat-em-ups, but the enemy has certain AI quirks, each one, that you need to learn to exploit. In this game, one thing that enemies like to do is run away from you when you're facing them. Alright, so we got it. So the way you deal with that is you turn your back to them, and they'll actually attack you from behind, usually. They're very dirty. Now this guy is really tough, actually. It's one of the hardest. It's weird. It's only the second boss, but he's one of the hardest in the game. So if you ever try to jump attack him like that, you will eat the hit. And what makes him hard, I already died. On normal mode is the mobs. If you're playing it on like easy, which is how I always played as a kid, you won't have the mobs to deal with. But here, the mobs will cause you some trouble. And you can see, every time I face him, he won't do anything to me, right? And then when you turn around, he'll attack me right away. He'll run at me the moment I turn around. Otherwise, he'll run away like a little wuss. So this guy, you need to get right under him, and then you can start the grab reset like that. Once you get rid of the enemies, but again, it's not exactly like guaranteed. My explanation is gonna like ruin the whole run. You just have to be very fast with it, which is kind of hard on this controller.
I wonder what the poster says.
What do you have?
Hot one from you.
I think it's hot something. Yeah, we're gonna bomb this guy before I like lose all my lives right now. I'm not even kidding when I tell you this Wolverine guy is one of the hardest bosses in the game, and it's because you can't lock him down with a punch, and you can't really like guarantee the lockdown with the grab either. So you have to fight. I think, as I recall, when I once CC'd it, he's the one that you have to fight in a lot more honest way. You take like you carefully like get your grab, you knee him twice and throw him, and then you have to like reset again with the spacing. So you would normally bomb when that knight enemy comes out. As I said, I haven't really played this game much in like a few years. So. The hot chick poster, but she didn't look so hot to me. You take the weapon. I'm not gonna take the weapon now. A lot of times I take the weapon just for fun, but it's actually really fun. But knowing how to draw enemies into you using, like, by turning around on them is an important skill in this game. And then these yellow, like, clown-looking dudes will do a kind of invincible slide kick at you. And these girls, these whipped girls, have very long range. But, and they have more health. Oddly enough, the girls are the most important of the normal, like, Zanko kind of things. I keep using that term Zanko, forgetting that nobody knows what that means. Zanko Teki is like the weak, like, enemies in most, like, old arcade or, like, retro games. There's always, like, the general, like weak enemy that you'll fight, like, 8 billion of them, and they usually die in just a couple hits or even one hit. Those are called Zako.
Like all the soldiers in the movie.
Yeah, pretty much, yeah, those are all Zako. Zako means, like, weakling in Japanese. Or, well, I think, like, the literal translation is a small fish, small fry. So, like, that situation just now where they got around me and they, like, pinchered me, that's the bad situation. That's the situation you want to avoid in this game. He is trying to set up a slide. See how he moves away from me when I move towards him? Yeah, that's, you have to, like, play smart. You can't just, like, walk straight to him and fall. If he backs off, you need to, like, stop and reposition as well.
No,
just throw it at her. What are you doing?
you cannot kill.
I have, like, actually never figured out exactly what triggers to throw in this game. Sometimes you throw and sometimes you don't throw. If you're far enough away, you'll almost always throw. But these, I don't want her to, like, pull me so far away that I lose them. Yeah, see, if we walk too far forward, we'll lose our chance to eat them. And I want to do it. Obviously. Yeah.
Me! Why are you not taking me?
I'd like to do it after I kill these guys. That's the old, like, strategy you use as a kid. Just jump kick forever. Like what we used to do in Ninja Turtles. It's another game I'd like to make a video for at some point. Although I've never beaten that one. My brother beat Ninja Turtles, the Ninja Turtle beat 'em up when we were kids, but I was never able to do it. Another thing, this game, I feel like this game does a good job of teaching you basic, like, beat-em-up game skills without being too hard. Like, Final Fight, I think, is too hard for beginners, even though it's kind of de facto famous beat-em-up game that everybody thinks of. Streets of Rage is a really good starting point. Ooh, or got stabbed. Why don't you throw the knife? It's all good. We're gonna get a meat soon enough. One of the skills this game teaches you that most beat-em-ups have, but not all, but most good ones do, is that once you knock an enemy down, you need to back up off of them. Like, you can't, like, sit on top of them and spam and just wait for them to, like, come into your fist. Like, you gotta back up. Okay, this guy, you have to stun lock him. You'll see how it works. Throwing makes you invincible temporarily.
Wow.
You have to be... Yeah, he does a lot of damage. That's the problem. The problem is always, and I tell you, like, the problem is the Zanko in the boss fights. It's not the bosses. If you play without, like, easy mode, the main difference in easy mode is that the Zanko aren't there, and it's night and day, really. Because they'll prevent you from, like, trying to lock down the bosses like that. As a kid, I was able to beat this game on easy. I didn't learn the normal clear till becoming adults. I don't know why, I've always really liked this song. The bridge. There's an OC remix song called Trippin' on the Bridge based on this one. I used to listen to it all the time. I think it's by Disco Dan, the one who made the...
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's by him, actually. I have to check, but it's one of my all-time favorites. There were lots of people that made remixes for this game on OCR back in the day. So trying to like once, yeah, when they try to cross by you, that's a really good time for you to go up and grab. When they're right in front of you, you need to time your attack so that you can stop. Yeah, so you gotta get out of here. Thanks, bro. Oh, grab me. Well, maybe these aren't the stuff. Maybe these are the... Might actually be worth just casually clearing the game for this video and just using continues when I inevitably like die, since it's sort of more of a casual thing, not really intended to be a 1cc video, because it's not that long. You can finish it in one sitting, and with the continues, the limited continues it gives me, I'm fairly certain I could beat it. We'll see how far I get on my first life.
How many stages?
8.
How many? This is what, the stage?
4. It's unlocked. But yeah, not standing on top of enemies, that is a big advice I would give anybody getting into beat 'em ups. There's a few games where you can, if your spacing is really good. Like Double Dragon's another game that I learned how to 1cc, just the NES versions. But that one you can stun lock enemies by standing at the very like tip of their feet as they get up. But most games they don't want you to do that, so they find ways to prevent it. There's also, a while back I played a game called Splatterhouse on stream, which I think nobody who watches our channel has actually heard of. But, Splatterhouse also has a sort of beat 'em up. There's the slide. I knew it was coming one of these days. Wait, stand and slide. You know why he's doing that slide? He knows that I can't go down, because if I try to avoid the slide, like, vertically, I'll fall into that, like, pit. But yeah, I was saying the Splatterhouse series also has a beat 'em up like this. It's the 3rd game in the series. There's a meat. These guys are like hold the knife in front of them and run at you are like the most cancerous enemy in this game. They're awful when they're in like a big group. You can see I'm not really walking like all the way forward right away. That's so that I pull less enemies at once. If you just walk until it stops letting you walk, you'll end up having like 4 enemies on screen all the time. So as much as possible, you want to avoid that. Alright, so we gotta take the meat now, otherwise we'll lose it. Not the most efficient thing to do. Had I walked all the way forward, this would have been like 4 enemies the whole time. But because I took time with it and was patient, I don't have to deal with that. This green one is very... Okay, boss time. This boss is super hard. I remember that much about it. It's the one I think it is. Yeah. Yeah, you can't grab it. That's the problem. So the way you beat it, I remember, is you have to grab it like right away, and then once you grab him, you have to like find a way to. Yeah, you'll see the problem. I'm about to die. Okay, so I used the enemy just now as a way to protect myself. By throwing him, you get that like invincible. Fuck! Ah, my position was bad. This boss is really, really, really unfair in my opinion. It's if you know the technique for it, it's not actually the hardest one in the game, but it's fucking terrible. The fact that you can't grab it from behind, which is the only part that you will normally grab, is terrible. But I think you can reset the grab. So you grab it from behind, and then instead of attacking, you cancel the grab. You grab it again, and it'll change the animation to a front grab. And then you repeatedly do that. But again, the problem is the little Zako dudes hanging out around him. Oh, we died again. Not the greatest run, but considering how long it's been since I've played, it's not the worst. Stage 5. It's slow. Oh, this enemy type is so terrible. I hate them. Three of them on screen is like really one of the worst. One of the worst mixes of enemies you can put in this game. You also have these little smoke bombs. Truly the most useless weapon in the game. Pointless. Weapon guys have good range, so you don't wanna face them head on. Oh, that's a lot of dudes. That's a lot. I mean, no, this game could render that many dudes at once. Usually, if you're really surrounded, then your best bet is just to jump kick spin. You'll still take a little bit of damage, but if you can get everybody on one side, you can just stun lock the whole group by kiting them. Oh, yeah, the girls do that. Forgot about that. Oh, now I pulled all of them. That's bad. And now they've got me. I think at this point I just don't, because I'm gonna die. So I could have avoided this situation by not moving forward as much. And then I would have only had to fight 2. But it's like, I didn't remember that, so... Hopefully we get a meet soon. That would be nice. We're gonna try to, like, grab lock her. There's my meat. Get out of here. Meat! Good. Okay, we kind of recovered, although we lost our bomb, which isn't great. Asshole. Ha! Meat time. Screw you guys. Extendo. Oh, what? Half my life. You kidding me? Stun lock, asshole. These guys fight really dirty. These guys are, yeah, man, they're so dirty the way they fight. They purposely like try to lock you with one behind, like one to your left, one to your right, and they're much faster than you. So once it happens, you're just kind of fucked. You can jump kick them, but you'll usually end up taking damage either way. You know why they gave me that car? You know why? Because it's bomb time. This is not a fight that you fight, Donald. This is a fight that you bomb. Don't even question it. The boss in this stage is actually very hard, but you will lose a life at that spot. Try to get greedy. Forward, ended up spawning an enemy. Oh, and no, not quite dead. We will be soon. Oh, that was a neat save right there. All right. Another thing. You too. Alright, boss time. Now, this boss is... If it's who I think it is... Yeah, it is. Alright. The way you beat them is kind of weird. It took me forever to figure it out. But you actually beat them with the back attack. You use the invincibility of the back attack. Although for some reason it's not fucking working. Hello, back attack. What, lag? What is that? And there is luck involved with the strategy. But you basically use the invincibility of the back attack with good timing, and you can basically counter like they're jumping, and they'll keep coming after you because they think you're turning the other way. But when they stack up on each other, sometimes like your invincibility won't last long enough. The window will be too slow. Once you only have one on the screen, the fight's really easy, but with two, it's tough. So you wait until you hear her kick, and then you do your attack. Right there. I think at this point I could lock her down, but I'm just gonna take this out. And I actually have a bomb, so I could just bomb her too. But we won't. I think you gain points for having bombs in stock. This technically is connected to your extend, so I'll go ahead and keep that. Maybe not? Do you get points for the bomb? I guess you don't. Okay. They always refill your bomb between stages, so you might as well just use it, I guess. Alright. Stage 6, pretty tricky. Has a terrible boss that we have seen before. It's a repeat. Harder version of the second boss. Running off screen. Ugh. No, I didn't want that knife. It's Ugh, that's the thing about modern games. The modern games usually have that to a different button, but back in the day, we would just automatically pick up those weapons even if we didn't want them. Now we got one of these scumbags that do it. Say when they want. Here you go. And then get smashed. You can smash the enemies too if you're smart about it. For some reason it doesn't react to them, it only reacts to you. But it will actually hit them. See, that was a scam. Like, the attack should take priority over picking up the item, but it doesn't, so... kind of jank you have to worry about in retro games. Oh, fuck, I forgot about this part. Really? There's the reset. That's what I was talking about. So you don't take the first grab, you take the second grab. Then you stun lock him because he's a fat ass and he's too slow to ever recover once you get him. It's the first grab that's hard. The second, it's not a problem. Okay, there's some meat. I don't want to go too far. Looks like we have to take it. So let's take it. Get smashed. Why would I help these guys? Right. If they get slow, I'm on a stage where you want to mess around. Alright, I did not mean to pick up that baseball bat. It's bad. In this game, there's no way to drop it aside from taking damage. So you're just sort of stuck with it until you make a mistake. Very annoying position to fight in. Alright. These girls are moving. Thought I was high up enough.
Okay.
They scammed me, man. Come on. Dead now. Alright. Dealt with her. Oh, yeah. This position sucks, man. The screen locks here. Smash.
Ooh.
How did they get out of the lock? It's a very bad position against them because of their range. And, like, there's not a lot of horizontal movement space for me. Alright, are we good? I could use a meat, man. I'm getting hungry. Please give me meat. Don't give me another scam box. Oh, they gave me an extend. Can't complain about that. But I'm about to die. I guess I should use these bombs before I die. That's probably the correct plan here. Like, why don't you... He's juggling nothing. He has nothing to juggle. He's like the low budget. The low budget for him. Man, I would really, really like to get to the boss with my... We're not... It's no point. Shouldn't even risk it. Just use the bomb. If it weren't for this, like, stupid conveyor belt, I could probably deal with these two safely, but it's not worth it. Yeah, same here. We've got no choice. Just boss. So use it or lose it. I'd like to have them for the boss, but as you can see, not gonna happen. Terrible position. Very careful, you have to wait for their moment. And, well, I could have made it, but, well, who knows? I might have died had I not fallen, so. Hard to say. It's a tough decision. I had to make the call, so I made it. What? I pressed that button first. Fuck you. Alright, worst boss ever. Really awful boss. Truly a nightmare of a boss. This doesn't get much worse than this.
Ooh.
This is why you want the two bombs.
Oh.
Like, you can't do anything because the moment you hit one, the other one will hit you. The fight is really, really unbalanced in my opinion. Because they'll sit there on top of you, so even, like, if you use an invincible attack or whatever, like, it doesn't matter. They use this enemy too often. There's, I think, 3. There's 4 to come. And then, like, they'll do things like that. Like, you can't really, like, grab them, like, you have to be really perfectly, and then you grab it, you get hit anyhow. It's such an awful boss. Like, I hate this boss. This boss fight is the one boss fight in the game that I think is kind of like bad, actually. The Gank Squad girls are okay, because there's a real strategy for them, but, like, I don't know. I should try it. Let's see if we can. No, you can't, because they can spam their attack on you, and they actually will, like, not go with it really. And you can't even, like, you can't even jumping kick them. If you do it, they'll just do an invincible attack. I don't know what's up with that boss, man. It's like overtuned compared to the other bosses in the game. It's a weird boss. I lost 2 lives on that one fight. It's terrible. I think the way I did it in the past was I always got to the fight with 2 bombs. The faster you can kill one, the better. Stage 7, the very long elevator of doom. I quite like the pixel art in this stage. It's cool. Like, you move vertically and it sort of changes over time.
Yeah.
It's a very hard stage. It's fun to, like, throw them off the edge. You know they died, man. Well, I guess those guys only fell like 3 stories, maybe. Considering it's been a few years since my last credit of this game, I'd say I'm doing kind of alright. The reason this stage is so hard is because there's not enough space. I can still take maybe 1 or 2 hits before I fall. That's why I'm doing it. Cool. I will bomb them when I see any sort of difficult situation. probably the next Formation album. It's just one guy. It's just one stupid guy. Well, whatever, man. He's gonna get reduced to paste. In my experience, it's very hard to get through this stage without losing a life at some point. And then you get screwed because like they drop that baseball bat in this spot, but I need this spot. This is the best spot for me to be, and I don't want that baseball bat. You know, that baseball bat will fuck me over. Doesn't matter. But this is probably a good ball. Tough formation. Yeah, I can already tell that I won't be able to clear it because I won't be able to. There's no way I'm gonna be able to beat the final boss with only the amount of lives that I have. The final boss in this game is stupid fucking hard to boss. It's very satisfying to just throw everybody off. But you have to be careful because the guys with like the mohawk, the clown-looking guys, they'll actually throw you off the elevator too.
Oh.
So yeah, those yellow guys are exactly.
You this place?
I know it's too many for like the amount of space you have to work with. It's some bullshit. I'd like to get through this without losing another life, but I don't think I'll be able to. Oh, come on, man. How many, like, active frames that stupid fucking attempt have? Yeah, this stage is hard because you have nowhere to really move. So, like, and if you're jumping around and they hit you out of your jump, you'll just fly straight up there. But there's no boss. So. Well, we made it to the final stage. No way in hell we're gonna beat it, but I would say for a random credit of a game I have not played in many years, not bad. Satisfied with it. I'll probably try and see it through to the end. I'll use the continues to maybe at least finish the game off for the video, just so everybody can see. Yeah, get attacked by wanted, like, inner trolleys, I guess. What makes this stage hard is it is kind of a boss rush. You have to, like, I think 3 bosses? Plus the final boss. And you cannot use bombs because your cop friend has no way of shooting into the building.
Ah.
Yeah, so you get no bombs. Do not want that weapon. Fucking quit picking up the weapon! Ugh. What an awful situation. Very frustrating. That situation, the whole problem there was all of the my space, my position that I was there to fight in was filled with weapons that if I ever tried to press a button, I'd get caught in the pickup animation and get hit by enemies instead. If the weapons hadn't been there, I would have taken no damage. It's one of this game's like really big flaws. As much as I love this game, I will admit that the game has a lot of flaws. The main flaw is the weapons system. If the weapons were actually good, it would be different. In a lot of games, the weapons are good, but not this one. So this guy, I just fucked that up. But what we need to do is just stop him. No problem, except that I took that hit right at the beginning, which sucked. Oop, they'll give me a meat soon. This is the low budget clown. Oh wait, okay. He doesn't know how to juggle, but he can massive ability. See, he sucks because he's trying to lure me over to where there's more enemies.
Oh.
Yeah, so like, he'll just run away from me like a little bitch. Until all of his friends show up.
Neat.
You can wait on him for like the rest of the summer. Yeah. See? He's a scumbag, isn't he, that clown?
Yeah.
What a coward. Not today, clown. He's such a bitch, dude. You little bitch. Well, it's game over now, clown. Scumbag. You don't want to be too far away from them when you're in the like horizontal position because they will slide to you. So you have to be really careful about whether you want to be vertical or horizontally aligned with them. Ah, it's this scumbag. Alright, we just gotta get it right there. Right. Okay.
Can like stand up.
Him? No. That's one of the reasons he's so hard. It's because you can't. Instead, you have to get really perfectly like right there. Like, I kind of forgot because it's been so long since I played the game, but the key to this boss is to fight the fight clean. Like, you can't use any, like, dirty strategies. But when there's two, the one where you fight two is just unfair. In my opinion, it's a wrong. Like, there's no real strategy for that. But when you fight one, you just take it slow,
Okay.
and you'll be alright. He's the easiest one in the game because he doesn't have any mobs, and there's only one. He has more health, but it doesn't matter because the strategy is the same.
Not the first boss if they use it.
No, because the first boss has mobs.
Ah.
Oh, you do not throw me away from my meat. Nope. Bitch, you do not get in the way of me and my meat. I might actually make it all the way to the final boss.
Yeah, that's good.
There's no way I'll beat him, but
Why?
I don't have enough lives. He's really, really hard, as you will see. I've never, like, I don't have a real strategy for him. My strategy for him is to get there with a lot of lives and just tank him, pretty much.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I do think we'll get there though.
Oh, this one?
Ooh. Well, this is boss number 3. No, there's one
Oh,
more.
this is 4.
No, I mean like in this stage. This
Oh.
third boss in this stage. This boss is really easy. This one is specifically. It's the same case where the one you fight earlier in the game is harder because he has bombs.
It's all bronze and no brain.
I know, he's all about the looks, you know?
It's me.
No substance. Scumbag, get over here! You are very slow in this game, which I'm sure you've noticed. It's something you kind of just get used to playing it, but it's very slow. Double Dragon is also quite slow. Another game I like. Maybe I like slow beat 'em ups. I don't know. A lot of the games that I heard that once to see it's slow paced. Probably just because they're easier, I guess. Most of my like clears, my 1cc's are for like shmups, but I do have a few like other non-shmup action games. So Splatterhouse is one that I cleared. I cleared this. I cleared Double Dragon 1 and 2. Not a lot. I'd like to like start learning more clears for non-shmup games. Obviously, I've cleared a lot of fighting games, but I don't know.
He wanted to either.
You know, he wants it for himself. We're fighting over this apple. Ah, fuck!
It's like
You were,
mini boss.
you were like taking a nap. It's like, this boss will actually. Alright, we got it. No problem. We fought him. You're dead, fat boy. Man, they're making me fight every boss in the game. I don't even remember this. I don't remember how to fight the fat boy on stage. That one I forgot completely. Alright, we don't even need the apple. You know who needs the apple? The fat boy. Stop eating all that meat. I don't remember this like mint chocolate chip dominatrix girl either. Alright. Just say goodbye to the apple. Never need it. Come on. Come on. Only one of you, so I'm gonna take it careful.
Oh,
This is one of the harder types.
this one?
The
He
juggler
has
is
the-
harder.
He has the like tools now.
Yeah, he had the budget, you know. Now the problem here is that we're gonna end up picking up on you. In that sort of weak position. I guess.
So they are like
His friend is,
queuing up.
he's such a coward, man. He just watched
No,
me
they are
beat his friend's
polite.
ass, man.
They're
He's
polite,
polite?
like,
Is that
You
what you
take your
do?
pen first.
That's okay. I don't think I was gonna ever need them. We were gonna have to drop it anyhow. Oh yeah, okay. This is the last. This is the end.
No, don't let this guy kill you. Oh,
And they are not polite, okay? There's nothing polite about them. Come on. Time, right? It's time. Yeah. All about timing. This is really the real strategy. It took me so long to figure out this strategy. As a kid, I could never legitimately beat these bosses. I think the farthest I ever got as a kid was their stage. Without like using continues.
oh!
See, that's some like control jam. Like, that should not have fucking happened.
Oh!
Yeah, that shit is lame, dude. Like, I hit the button. I hate this fucking controller. A nice friendly reminder, I've said it many times on the channel, never buy an Xbox Elite controller. It's literally trash. It's the worst controller that I've ever owned in my life. Like, it will fucking drop, like... Look at that! It did it again! Are you fucking kidding? How are you doing that, dude? I've never had that happen on Sega. Like, on an actual Sega controller, that does not happen. It did it again! I swear to God! Are you kidding, man? I got fucking scammed. Okay. I don't want to, like, tilt on my video, but, like, that was the controller. All you do is press 2 buttons at the same time. The controller is too incompetent to read me press 2 buttons at the same time. Really? Fucking garbage, man. This is a warning to you. Never buy an Xbox Elite controller. It is a complete fucking waste of a couple $100. You could buy some garbage-ass controller for like $10 and it will be better than this controller. I regret using this. I should have used a different one. Alright. Well, whatever. There it is. Right outside the final boss battle. Got scammed by my shitty controller. I might as well finish it, right? So, yeah. I'll get it done. I probably, like I said, I don't think I would have beaten the final boss anyhow without any sort of practice, but
Put AC
I don't even care. It's because the controller is bad. Like what is that crap like losing the like controls, man? And then these girls, they do. Did you see how much damage she did to me? And like one little hit is like almost half of her life. It's crazy. Like, it's a stupidly hard fight. Like, it's fine if you know your controls work.
He has a part.
Yeah, he leaves it there for me to fight with.
Oh, for you?
Would you consider becoming my right-hand man? Don't say yes.
So if you say yes?
He'll send you back to level 6.
Oh.
And you will definitely not clear the game. I guess you could use it as a way to farm skill.
You see what?
He just tells his dudes to like he was fighting for him.
You can't like go up there to beat him.
Not yet. But we'll get him eventually. Here he comes, he's gonna... He's brutal. He's a brutal boss. Like, I can't explain to you enough, man. This is a hard boss. It's the mobs that make him hard. Because the moment you hit a mob, he hits you for like half your life. And then you have that stupid pipe in the way that actually just fucks you. Like... It's fucking mobs, dude. Fight me like a man! It's the mobs that make it hard, I'll tell you that.
The mob is always like that.
I don't think they ever stop. So, like... And then you have no bomb to deal with them either, and they always go, like, around your left and right. It's very hard. But the game is very generous about extents, right? So, like, you can get here with a good amount of lives. And then, like... This is going especially badly right now. Through his own games. But yeah, like if you don't make a lot of mistakes getting here and your controller doesn't just like decide to screw you against the like the game girls, then you can try to use the mobs to your advantage a bit, because when you throw them left or right, it'll make you temporarily invincible and you can throw them into him. But still, you're a lot better off when they're not around, obviously. Right. Let's enjoy the ending. I felt really scammed. I felt really scammed by my controller. I can't... like, my controller tilted me, man. By, like, failing there. I wanted to at least get to the final boss. That was sad. I know what causes it too, because in like other games, it'll sometimes drop like inputs, particularly from the A button. I don't know why. It's the A. So probably what happened was they dropped the A input. It does it a lot in shmup subset. Nonetheless, very awesome game. There he is, he's Okoshiro. Thanks for blowing up all those guys for us. So another really cool thing about this game, it actually has 2 endings, and the other ending you can only get it in 2-player mode. So, in 2-player mode, in co-op mode, if you make it to the final boss, he'll ask you, like, how about you become my right-hand man? If one of you says yes, and one of you says no, he'll end up ordering you to kill each other in a deathmatch. And if the person who said yes to him, that they'll join him, kills you, then they will proceed to also kill the boss and become the, like, crime lord themselves, and you get the, like, bad ending. It's quite hard to achieve. This is the good ending, the like standard ending. Yeah. But there we have it. We made it to the end of our first episode of Dinner break? I don't even know what you call it. It's like 10:30 at night. It's not dinner break. It's not a good name.
Uh-huh.
We'll have to think of a better name for the show. But yeah. So we're gonna call it there. Sorry for the annoying controller failure thing that happened right at the end. That was sad. But other than that, I had a lot of fun with it. It's nice. I didn't type my name properly. It's ACR. How'd you find this game, Ashy?
This game?
Yeah.
It looks fun.
You were not a Sega kid, right? You had a Super Nintendo growing up, so this one you never played, I'm guessing.
No.
Yeah. How you find the pixel art? I love this city in the background.
Yeah, I like the pixel art.
Yeah.
I like the
really nice.
music.
Cool stuff. All right. We'll let the intro play one last time. Then we're gonna call this stream. So for everybody who came and checked out our VOD, thank you for that. Thank you as always to all of our viewers that come and hang out with us on the live streams over on Twitch. Ashy was just playing some good old Chinese history with Dynasty Warrior 7, aka Shin Sangoku Musou 6. So if you're interested in that, head over to Twitch and check that out. It's also quite cool. And for everything else, we will see you guys in the next one. So have a good night, everybody.
Good night.